Forced degradation studies in brief. This video will give you the brief idea and overview regarding the forced degradation studies. Why these studies are carried out, what is the importance, how these are carried out. FD studies, these are done for the APIs and also for the formulations. These are essential for the understanding of the degradation pathway and the sensitive conditions for the impurity generation in the API and the formulation. It is essential for excipient selection and stability study planning. It helps to understand and predict the chemical stability of the API and ensures also the API compatibility with the excipients. Excipient compatibility study is also performed in the drug excipient compatibility study. Sometimes these forced degradation studies are performed along with the excipient to understand any effect of the stabilization. Forced degradation studies or FD studies simulate stress conditions using heat, light, pH, oxidation to understand the intrinsic stability of the API and the formulation and the degradation behavior. What are the benefits of the FD studies? Degradation pathway. It identifies API breakdown mechanisms through hydrolysis, oxidation, thermal, photolytic degradation. Also, RH can be used as a degradation condition. API and formulation can be exposed to different RH conditions to understand the effect of RH. It helps to predict the shelf life and stability under different storage conditions. It helps to optimize the formulation and the packaging system. It helps to have stability indicating methods. It supports the development of analytical methods to monitor API potency and impurity formation in the formulation and API over the time. Impact onto the API selection, safety, and the shelf life. FD study ensures longer shelf life by assessing degradation rates. It identifies potentially harmful degradation products. Sometimes this study also involves the excipient compatibility, which highlights excipient that may accelerate degradation, aiding the formulation design. Also, the excipient which may stabilize. Packaging considerations, it guides selection of packaging to protect against light, heat, and moisture. If you found that the API and the formulation is light sensitive, then go for the opaque packaging and use the sodium vapor lamps in the manufacturing area. Also, if it is heat sensitive, then you know that the heat processing should be avoided. Risk assessment and formulation strategies. FD study help to mitigate risk by incorporating stabilizers or proteins. If you know that the API or formulation is sensitive to moisture, you can go by avoiding the water. Regulatory and compliance. Regulatory agencies like US FDA, EMA, and VISA mandate forced degradation studies to ensure product stability and safety. Alternative API selection. If degradation is extensive, alternative APIs, polymorphs, or stabilizers may be considered to balance the stability and formulation feasibility. Always know that the route of synthesis of the API and the polymorph may play a role in the degradation. Forced degradation studies are critical in API selection, ensuring stability, safety, and regulatory compliance. The FD studies drive the formulation strategies, packaging decisions, manufacturing processes, manufacturing conditions, and risk management for successful product development. Understanding the different API degradation pathways and integrating findings into the formulation development. By FD studies, you can demonstrate that the analytical methods are stability indicative, and also you can understand the degradation mechanism or degradation pathway for the APIs and also the formulations. This was the basic information or overview on the forced degradation studies. Thank you.